Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action dinosaur deck on Magic the Gathering Arena, featuring this lovely all-around fantastic option with unsubstantiate. It's a long word, hard to pronounce. Unsubstantiate. One in the blue instant speed. We'll get into it because it is a fairly recent addition, and it's going to put in the work tonight. Hopefully everybody watching right now or later on, whenever it is, morning, noon, night, you're having a good day, good evening, and makes a lot of sense. I'm super excited. Arena is disconnected, so bear with me. We'll get right back into that. Guess I gotta resize myself as well. Oh, that's probably... Nah, it's still too big. Way too big. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, as always, as it usually is, Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, Stampede Dinosaurs, making a bunch of mana with a certain mixture of lands, that being Sunken Citadel, tapping for 2 mana for a land with an activated ability. Oftentimes the first Sunken is chosen as green if we have 2 Sunkens, 4 total mana for lands with activated abilities. That goes towards Castle Garenbrig, which taps and makes 6 green for creatures or their activated abilities. 2 Sunkens plus Castle, 3 lands in total, 6 mana, boom. You can't fire Impulse that, you can't get lost. The opponent's removal usually just stays in their hand. While I get ahead, I make a nice explosive amount and I crush many people. And we're going to be crushing their hopes with the recent addition tonight. I wish we had that actual art. That's the promo art that was used for the thumbnail. This one still is pretty scary and cool, but I gotta say I like that promo art. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. Now what does that mean? Return target spell means a spell on the stack. Before it resolves, a opponent casts something, you get a chance to do something in response, and we could just send that spell back. So the opponent spends their mana for whatever it is. It could be Supreme Verdict, the Azorius control opponent looking to destroy all my creatures. Supreme Verdict can't be countered, but while Supreme Verdict is on the stack, I get the chance to send Supreme Verdict back to their hand. Boom. They've spent the 4 mana for it. Chances are they don't have another 4, so Supreme Verdict, it fizzles. Nothing gets destroyed, and that might be all I need. I still have all my creatures. Likely I have a bunch of creatures out, that's why the opponent has gone with the sweeper. But now their chances are gone because I'm just going to bash them. It could be a counter spell that I put back to the opponent's hand, that sort of thing. But it's just about buying time. Bouncing the Slickshot show off either in mono red aggro or gruel aggro. They play it, they pump up the Slickshot, it gets real big, and then boom, it bounces back to their hand. They've spent a bunch of spells to pump it up, so all those spells completely go to waste. The damage doesn't get dealt by the Slickshot, and then they have to cast it again or plot it, which is certainly fine by me. And chances are I bet that could win me the game, but really it's all about buying time, countering the uncounterable. However, there is extra value when my own creatures have enter the battlefield effects. Whatever it is, a Nurturing Bristleback, maybe I've played it and I just want another land. For whatever reason, I can bounce the Nurturing Bristleback back to my hand, then I could forest cycle it, grab a forest type land, getting the breeding pool, that sort of idea, but also Vaultborn. Maybe I've played a big creature before Vaultborn, could be the Carnage Tyrant, and then I play this, it draws a card off of it entering the battlefield, then I'm still not getting much of anything. The opponent isn't doing much of anything. So I bounce the Carnage Tyrant that I played before the Vaultborn at the end of the opponent's turn, ready and waiting. I have a nice, lovely creature. I'm going to get more triggers off of Vaultborn. Or I save a creature. The opponent uses removal. Boom, I bounce Tyrannix Rex back to my hand. The opponent wants to use Sheoldred's Edict to make me sacrifice my only creature. Certainly could be this. Boom, now it's not sacrificed. The Sheoldred's Edict is gone. And I still have this guy. Oh, perfect, perfect. Saving from sacrificing spells. I love it. The possibilities are endless, really. Extra value. End of the opponent's turn, I bounce a Regis or Alpha back to hand, replay it to get another token. Any number of things, really, is quite thrilling indeed. However, we're going to have to see if this particular scenario happens. If I have a Vaultborn out, or Ghalta puts a Vaultborn onto the battlefield, I get a trigger. However, when Ghalta enters, it's really about its triggered ability, putting creatures out. I have a moment where I could bounce my own Ghalta back to my hand with its own trigger on the stack, and then with the same copy in my hand with its first trigger, it puts itself out. And if Vaultborn is part of that package, I stack the triggers of Vaultborn to happen before the second instance of Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. Then I get all those chances to draw something good, which would then be put out by Ghalta's, the second instance of that triggered ability from the same Ghalta that I bounce back. It makes your head spin a little bit. Hopefully, again, I get to feature that and stopping a lot of stuff. Hey, you got Settle the Wreckage? Well, send it back and die. Love it. Love it. Otherwise, well, I still have Leyline of Sanctity, but because blue is needed for Unsubstantiate, we got the breeding pool there to get my source for that, or Hedge Maze. So that's 5 lands in total to get it. Sunken Citadel, of course. If I have my sources of green, my 2 green needed for Castle Garenbrig, certainly the first Sunken could be chosen as blue to get that source for Unsubstantiate, if I'm a little bit worried about what the opponent might do. However, it could be Nurturing Bristleback. I can forest cycle Nurturing Bristleback to get the breeding pool or the Hedge Maze. It doesn't have to be a forest, a basic land. So there's Nurturing Bristleback, there's Archdruid's Charm to grab a breeding pool or another Sunken. The second Sunken put out, chances are would choose as blue to get that. Sylvan Scrying. We should be seeing blue. Very, very easy for this splash, and very, very exciting indeed. And speaking of blue, it's going to be tweaked a little bit. I don't think I need both of these counter spells, but Test of Talents. If the opponent is focusing on one specific instant or sorcery, boom. Now it's gone, countered, and it's exiled. We get to see what's in their hand, look through their library, and we never have to worry about it again. Being flashbacked, any sort of ultimatum, pour over the pages with Lotus Field. Well, now that's stopped, and they don't have any more pour over the pages. That would be quite fantastic too. Mono Green Devotion, it's going to be a little bit rough, but Storm the Festival, if that's in there, they can never flashback them. They won't be playing multiples. All Storm the Festivals gone when we play Test of Talents. I like it. That's pretty lovely. Lovely stuff. However, if I do trim it, maybe I keep both of them in, we'll see. Repulsive Mutation could potentially be the best counter spell ever, at least for this deck. For X, a green and a blue, put X 1/1 counters on target creature you control. Then counter up to 1 target spell, unless its controller pays mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Imagine a scenario where Carnage Tyrant is played on turn 4. Sunken Citadel for 2 green, maybe 2 forests. That gets my 4 mana for Castle Garenbrig. 4 lands in total, 6. Boom. Carnage Tyrant on the battlefield. Repulsive Mutation now. I don't have to sink anything into X. Carnage Tyrant has power 7. The opponent would have to spend 7 extra mana just to cast their spell, and I don't see that happening in pretty much any matchup. Maybe Mono Green Devotion. So effectively it becomes 1 and a green, a green and a blue to counter a spell. I'm not aiming to put anything into X. I certainly could. It would be nice to sink it, but I don't have to. which is lovely because the creatures I have already are big, massive. It just reads counter target spell for a green and a blue, and it's not bad. Definitely. Certainly if I have Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Oh, if you want to play anything. Well, you're not. Would I need Test of Talents to exile an instant or a sorcery? All instant or sorceries? I don't know, I guess we'll find out. But also, I have another clip, well, when I cast Unsubstantiate, and maybe in a few other scenarios. If you watch The Big Bang Theory, you're going to be familiar with it. I'll save it. I'm definitely going to be using Unsubstantiate at some point here, so strap yourselves in. Oh, that's a basically perfect hand, I would say. Love it. We have my 2 sources of green with the other copy of Castle plus the Forest. So the Sunken Citadel that I grab off of Sylvan Scrying, I can choose blue. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, 2 Unsubstantiates. Interesting. I bet it's going to be Izzet Phoenix. Seems to be the case. Unsubstantiate could be quite hilarious. Now, I want to go Sylvan Scrying. I'm pretty certain the opponent is going to have a counter spell. Maybe they have removal, but still. It could be a counter spell. I don't want that to happen. Oh, okay, good. Get a Ledger Shredder into the graveyard, and still don't have a Phoenix. We're in a very good position. It is nice when the Phoenix opponent doesn't play the turn 2 Ledger Shredder. That gets a little bit problematic. However, it's going to be problematic for them because they don't have a source of blue. And what did I say I hope to do? Alright. Next turn, we're able to make 6 cast Carnage Tyrant, and it might be all over by that point. Prophetic Memory, that is certainly something. They need that card draw to get the land drop. Oh, and they got it. Okay. Good stuff. That's also pretty good.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
That wasn't the clip I'm mentioning for anybody that is new. I should have used it right there when I cast Carnage Tyrant. Play Ledger Shredder, make it big. Do your Prophetic Memory, which actually I've lost to this because the Ledger Shredder or something has just gotten too big. Putting a 1/1 counter on a creature for each card they've drawn past. Okay. Well, I'll pay 2 life and play the Vaultborn Tyrant, and I imagine they're going to be packing it in at this point. Ooh. Oh, look, your counter spells do nothing. Your removal is basically useless. Pretty good way to start. Oh boy. Down to 1. Huh. I will play Vaultborn, and I think they'll pack it in at that point. Oh, they're going to use the Lightning Axe. Okay. Still not going to do anything. Oh boy, they discarded a Phoenix. It made a copy of itself to get a trigger, and then it entered to get 2 triggers from the original. Love it. Beautiful. Doesn't really matter what I discard at this point. Oof. Alright, keep it basically the same now. The question becomes, should I bring in Test of Talents to wait for the Treasure Cruise? They exile a bunch of stuff from their graveyard, they don't have much left, and then I stop them from drawing cards, and I get rid of all the Treasure Cruises with 1 Test of Talents. I'm kind of interested with that. Unsubstantiate though, bouncing the Ledger Shredder. I like it, especially if it gets big. Yeah, I'll keep it the same. It should be pretty good. Unsubstantiate or Test of Talents, I imagine, would have helped quite a bit. And it would have been nice with Unsubstantiate, or Test of Talents, I should say, gaining the information of what the opponent has, seeing how fast they might potentially go. I'm going to give that a go. Like I was saying, the namesake, the thumbnail sake of tonight, slowing the opponent down, but also starting off with a sunken, choosing green. Oh, Sylvan Scrying, fantastic. Either I see the castle, I see one Sylvan Scrying, or I see one Archdruid's Charm. That's 12 things, 12 chances to get the Castle Garenbrig itself. Now, would they have a counter spell? I think that's a very real possibility. But we got Unsubstantiate. I think they're going to do something instead next turn. I think it will be that Ledger Shredder, which will try to bounce, which might draw out a Spell Pierce if they play their third land, which would be good, which would mean Sylvan Scrying would resolve, I hope. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to use Unsubstantiate on a Picklock Prankster. That's for sure. Definitely just go with the lovely Castle Garenbrig. Hopefully, seeing Carnage Tyrant next turn, we'll find out. It would be nice to go with Carnage Tyrant, but also sprinkling in maybe a few more creatures that could be cast off of 6 green. There is a lot of stuff for 7, and sometimes I don't have excuse me, I don't have anything to cast on turn 4 when I can make 6 green. Could be smoothed out a bit. Trim a little bit off the top, or still crush them potentially. We got Unsubstantiate, at the very least bounce something and buy us time to get to the 7th mana, the 8th mana, and crush them. Eventually. Maybe they're thinking of hard casting a Izzet Phoenix. It's probably their best bet. I could see them hard casting it. Well, eventually. One of these days here. Really should have some sort of sleeping clip, sleeping meme, somebody snoring for moments like this, but oh my goodness, well, sometimes you just get the perfect thing you need. I think it's basically all over at this point, especially if we get Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. We're able to make 8 next turn. We can cast Vaultborn, Tyrannix Rex. It's pretty good. I guess they went AFK. Something like that. Just twiddle our thumbs.
You have no power here.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. We'll get there. We'll get there. I imagine it's frustrating. I actually faced off against some very frustrating decks yesterday. It was an Azorius control with the Aven Interrupter, a new one from Thunder Junction. When you cast it, or when it enters, you can exile a spell, and then the opponent can cast it at a later turn because it becomes plotted. Cast it for 2, and they would be able to make copies of the Aven Interrupter at instant speed with... I forget the name of it. It's actually in my drawer. 3 steps ahead. The Spree counterspell blue instant speed card from Thunder Junction. Part of that is making a copy of a creature they control. So it makes a copy of the Aven Interrupter that they've already sent a creature back to my hand, and then they just stack that again and again and again. And it's pretty hard when you only cast one thing. It's always answered, it's always sent back into exile, plotted, and then they have more creatures and they just beat me up. That's what I'm getting at. They stopped every spell I cast and got the damage through with. Yeah, it was rough. I was so completely helpless. Maybe a little bit like that Phoenix opponent. Okay, let's do it again. Unsubstantiate. Yeah, feels pretty great, but just the versatility again. Oh, gain value, return a creature that I want to get its enter the battlefield effect doubled up. This hand looks pretty fantastic. I would imagine I draw into a castle. I get a Sylvan Scrying, which would get a castle. Nurturing Bristleback would get me my third land needed for Archdruid's Charm. Looks fantastic. Lovely to see a Sunken as well. I don't have a turn 1 play, so perfect. Now I'm going to choose the blue just in case. Hopefully I don't draw Cavern of Souls, but again, we've got the forest, Nurturing Bristleback. We should be pretty safe. 3 Ghalta Stampede Tyrants. That's rough stuff. Definitely breeding pool. Might as well at this point. Maybe it's not going to be Azorius control. Hey, at least we got 2 Unsubstantiates. This is going to be interesting. When they flash in the Wandering Emperor, I think we'll get him. Slow him down. We'll get there. Oh, 4 Ghalta Stampede Tyrants.
Dang!
It sometimes happens. Yeah. I mean, I've persevered through worse, and we'll get there. Probably. Certainly can't get much worse than this, and yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll let them pay 4. And then when they flash back it, I send it back to their hand. I'll wait till it's actually something bad. Something I'm scared about. Oh boy. Well, 1 of 4 Ghaltas going to the graveyard. They're probably scratching their head wondering, what the heck is this person doing? Play Teferi. Do it. Do it. Not today. Go away. Peace. They're probably like, what the heck just happened? Buy us time. They're tapped out. Maybe I draw a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm, and they can't counter it. Lovely stuff. I bet they weren't expecting that. Oh, I forgot.
Bazinga!
More Dinosaurs. Wacky. I would be curious to see what the statistical probability of seeing that mixture of cards in my hand is. No, we're going to just keep buying ourselves more time. Oh, we got a Sunken Citadel. Lovely stuff. We got my 3 sources of green. Oh, this is actually kind of hilarious. They're going to untap 2. They're going to have 3 available. It's still going to be very hard, but at least I could make 8. I could play Ghalta. I'm almost certain it's going to be countered. Hoping for a Cavern of Souls at some point here. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're getting there. We're getting something. I am just a little bit surprised I haven't seen a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm quite yet. 15 cards in, a quarter of the way through, and I haven't seen one of those 8. It's just, you never know. You never know what it's going to be. What you're going to see. Okay. It's going to be pretty rough though. Teferi, I would imagine they might get to ultimate with that. The emblem, very, very painful. Whenever they draw a card, exile target permanent an opponent controls. Ooh, ooh. Oh boy. Well, he can't win them all. Cavern of Souls next turn would be possibly pretty helpful. Maybe. We'll see what we get next turn. If I still don't play anything, we'll pack it in. Watch it be another Planes Hatcher. That would be... Oh, Strict Proctor. What is going on? Is this... It's Lotus Field. Huh. Well, that is interesting. Okay. That would have been a nice window early on if things had gone a little bit better for us. Oh. Well, I said watch it be another Planes Hatcher, and it was another Planes Hatcher. That's how good I am. I just predict the exact card I'm going to draw. Painfully. Hashtag pre-recorded. There you go. Now, Test of Talents. Counter Discontinuity. That would be very good with the Lotus Field opponent. Discontinuity, when it's cast on our turn, the turn ends. Which means the opponent can stop us from drawing a card. They just get an extra turn. They can counter a spell that I cast when they end the turn. However, it costs 6 if it's cast on our turn. They might tap out. So I go Test of Talents, and Discontinuity is gone. It is not continuing. It is discontinued. Now, seems pretty good to me. A lot of instant and sorceries. I like it. And I get to reveal, well, the opponent reveals their hand, and I get the information if they have a Settle the Wreckage, some sort of sweeper, and potentially I can adapt and play around what they got. Ooh. Something better. That's not better. Okay, oh, that's still not better. All right, that's going to be it. We're going to be sending... we got to keep Sylvan Scryangs. Send all those to the bottom. I don't imagine they're going to counter Sylvan Scrying, but I want to keep both just to make sure I... Oh! Hit the lands I need. Okay. Good, they don't have a Spell Pierce. Fantastic stuff. Lovely to get the second Sunken now. I was thinking of playing it, but take the opportunity where they don't have a counter spell. They only had 1 blue. Boom, just do it. You know what you can't counter when I do my thing is that. I'm sure they have a counter spell. I've already got 7 eventually. We'll just leave it like this. I'm pretty sure they would have had a counter. Oh, well. Oh, they did it before. Interesting. Usually they wait. Maybe that means they don't have a counter spell. That was the only thing they were going to do. So now I got a Cavern of Souls and we're looking good. It was bad, but now I'm able to play just about anything. We're going to be looking to draw out the painful, well, some sort of sweeper just to get rid of Strict Proctor and trigger enter the battlefield effects. Make it so they aren't taxed. Whenever a permanent enters, if it causes a triggered ability to happen, we have to pay 2 to make it happen, sadly. Yeah. I will just choose Dinosaur and we'll leave it like that. Hopefully seeing a Carnage Tyrant or a Tyrannix Rex at some point. This could be problematic. Definitely if we don't get a nice big thing next turn. Test of Talents would be quite nice as well. I think there could be a discontinuity on the horizon. Depending if they play another land right now. I think they might have for the turn, so we should be safe. Okay, well, we'll still go with the breeding pool. Fine by me. We need another 2 to pay the tax for strict proctor. I can make 9 at the moment. I need a total of 10, sadly. That's a lot. Too much. I bet discontinuity is coming up. And they're going to have a bunch of mana. They might have a little bit extra even after spending the 6 mana for discontinuity on our turn. And that's going to do it. But you never know. I draw another land, I play Ghalta, maybe somehow I get lethal. We'll find out. They can't counter it, which is certainly quite nice. Hey, there's the discontinuity, and there is the game. We're not coming back from that, so no, not at all. That's how it goes. I hoped that I had the Test of Talents to make that not happen. Would have been pretty good getting rid of it. I would have spent an extra 2 to counter discontinuity. Then I wouldn't have had the 2 to pay the tax for the strict proctor. That's strictly a pain. That particular creature. I guess I'm kind of happy that Lotus Field isn't as popular on Explorer. There is no hidden strings, which for 1 in a blue sorcery speed, I believe, they get to untap 2 lands. And while they untap 2 Lotus Fields oftentimes, and well, they pop off with a bunch of mana, a big amount. That's basically the same except slightly better. I think we can make that work though. Yeah. We got 2 Nurturing Bristleback Forest Cycle to get the breeding pool, and I guess not. Maybe it's going to be mono black, waste not. We've got the Leyline of Sanctity, even though I don't have sources of white. For the most part, you never cast Leyline of Sanctity or any Leyline. Hopefully, you're crossing your fingers that, you know, you have it in your opening hand. Really. Nurturing Bristleback, definitely just use it. They see it. There you go. Breeding pool, grab that. Just in case I draw an Archdruid's Charm, I want to be able to have 3 green next turn, maybe. Go blank. That's certainly painful. Definitely get rid of Unsubstantiate. Keep the 2 big dinos that I have, and well, we'll see. Let's go Archdruids. Okay, well, hey, don't worry. I'm gonna hurt you. You're gonna feel the pain next game, and you're gonna cry, and you're gonna wish you hadn't faced me, bud. Oh, and the Field of Ruin to take out Castle Garenbrig. That's probably it, but it's not quite it yet. We're still at 17 after we take that damage from Hive of the Eye Tyrant, and I've persevered through painful moments. They don't have Waste Not, they don't have a bunch of zombies. Appears like they'll just keep chipping away with Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which will eventually get the job done. But we'll get the job done. Especially when I play Carnage Tyrant. Ooh, lovely stuff right there. Shieldred's Edict probably coming down, I would imagine. Lillian of the Veil. Any number of things. At the very least, they might not be hitting me with Hive of the Eye Tyrant, and could be Blot Out as well. Invoke Despair. I'm pretty sure Carnage Tyrant is gone. I would be surprised if it survived. Hey, that's how she goes. Ooh, and they played the land to still activate the Eye Tyrant. Ouch. Nuts. Might be able to smack them next turn. We're able to make 6 at the moment and go with Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, what are they searching for? Searching for more discard potentially, or that go blank. Okay, hey, another Carnage Tyrant is lovely. Will it stick around again? Probably not. Hopefully it does. I've already used one Shieldred's Edict, so... Okay, good, they don't have another. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, yeah, that's something. That's alright. Okay, yeah. Guys, what's happening? That looks good.
Bazinga!
I like this. She has to block. 60. Oh! Well, that goes to show. Just stay positive, and it's pretty easy to stay positive when your top decks are so deadly. Boom, Tyrannosaurus Rex, play it. Oh, boom, get a land, able to make the 7. The opponent, if they were more aware, if this was a very familiar deck, I'm pretty certain they would have used the field or the either of these fields to destroy my Castle Garenbrig many turns before this. I wouldn't have been able to do that if they had taken out Castle Garenbrig, but now they know what's up. But I also know what's up. So Unsubstantiate goes away. We bring in Leyline of Sanctity, which is basically the best hate against this deck. Although it is very nice to persevere against Mono Black Waste Not without Leyline of Sanctity. I gotta say, extra sweet. Well, that's it's no Leyline, but again, I basically have no sources of white. We'll mulligan once. Oh, we got it. Yep, perfect. 100%. Done. 3 lands, one of them being sunken. 4 lands with Nurturing Bristleback right there. Yes, that is no question about it. That's what we're keeping. Beautiful. It is nice only having to mulligan once, and it still being a surprise. You can't thought seize. You can't dress. Better quit. What you gonna do? Yeah, I don't think this opponent has ever had Leyline of Sanctity used against them. They're all ready and waiting to get me. Now I might be getting them. Lovely to have that Polanyi's Hatcher. Okay. Well, that's extra good. I'll take it. You know what? We're in a pretty good position. I could keep Nurturing Bristleback. Seeing the Castle Garenbrig plus the Sunken, I may not need the land that Nurturing Bristleback is going to provide. We'll see what we draw next turn. I can make 6. I could play that Carnage Tyrant. Field of Ruin is going to take out Castle Garenbrig or Sunken Citadel. That could be a little bit rough. Maybe they have the Vein Ripper as well. That's also kind of scary. Maybe they've transitioned to something a little bit more mid-range. I mean, I might just basically kill him. I can make 6 right now. I could have made 6. Next turn is 7. Turn after that is 8. Well, hopefully I draw a Vault Board next turn. But I think I should keep Nurturing Bristleback. Something's going down. Castle Garenbrig must be gone. Well, it's just unfortunate they have a bunch of creatures. Maybe it's not Mono Black Waste Not. Maybe it really is just Mono Black Midrange. I think that could be the case. just faced off against a lot of go blanks, back-to-back go blanks. Certainly made me feel like it was that particular deck. Huh. I think I'll still keep Leyline of Sanctity in. Definitely preserve the game plan, and yeah, still keep nurturing Bristleback there. All is not lost quite yet. Might be able to get the job done if we get a Castle Garenbrig next turn, or a Sylvan to get Castle, or an Archdruids to get Castle. You get the idea. Ooh, that's all right. Planes Hatcher, 100%. That's what we're playing. Big time. Multiple bodies, that's really where it's at. We've got a ton of chump blockers, and we're going to buy time a little bit better than Regis or Alpha. That's 2 bodies in 1. Planes is 3 bodies in 1, so it's definitely feeling better in this case. Leave them all behind. We're getting kind of low, being at 11. Kind of scary. Glad I didn't have 2 fatal pushes. Hopefully I get to use that egg to stop a bit of damage. Or it's another Sheoldred's Edict. Solar Updraft, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. I say we block the Preacher with Planes Hatcher. Just get it done, out of the way. A Death Touch creature gone. Okay, well, that's how it goes either way. We drew out a piece of removal. We stopped ourselves from taking a little bit of damage there. Alright. Regisaur. We can make 6 that turn, 7 next turn with Cavern, or possibly that Castle Garenbrig to play Ghalta. A Vaultborn, a Tyrannix Rex. I think one of those should be coming up. I would hope that one of those is coming up. You would think. I imagine they don't have a whole lot of things in their hand that they can cast. It could be a couple Go Blanks and Thought Seizes, which are dead cards. Just lovingly sitting there. Liliana of the Veil would make me discard. Can't make me sacrifice, which is quite nice. Now the question becomes, what discard spell are they going to discard? Oh, the Thoughtseize. Oh, lovely stuff. Extra satisfying seeing that happen. Oh, there we go. That might be it. That might be it. They don't have a Field of Ruin or a Demolition Field out, so things are going downhill. Big time downhill. Now we just sit back and we wait. As long as they don't get a Field of Ruin or a Demolition Field, we might be able to get the job done. Good, good. I would imagine we draw some big dino next turn. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. We don't need Cavern. We're able to make 9 mana, which is pretty crazy. The egg, might as well stop myself from taking 2 damage. I don't have a Planes Hatcher out to crack it and make it a 3/3. Okay, hey, we got something. We got something. I'll take it. Carnage Tyrant, perfectly lovely. Hopefully they don't have removal on Regis or Alpha. But yeah, I guess we find out. Liliana of the Veil is a dead card. The only thing Liliana can do is +1 to discard, and I have no cards to discard. So now it's time for you know what.
Ruthless aggression.
Good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully that gets the job done. Perfect. Oh, I didn't even bother doing the math. That's enough aggression for me. I'm glad I got redemption after the stumbling with that Azorius Lotus field. Man, I just wish it was regular. I hate discontinuity. Well, I don't hate. Hate is a strong word. I dislike discontinuity. Another win for Sanctity, absolutely. The opponent's sanity was lost to Sanctity. Well, it does the trick. Maybe it's going to be back-to-back. Oh, well. Never mind. I'm keeping that. 4 lands, one of them being sunken, some sources of blue for... Oh boy. This could be problematic. Mono green devotion. I think that is absolutely lovely. People have started to use Outcaster Trailblazer in mono green devotion. Oh well, speaking of Outcaster Trailblazer, plotted just now on turn 2, playing it for free, making a green mana, and it just really seems to be putting in the work. Very, very deadly stuff. Now they play it for free to get a green. They get a trigger off of Kiora. They untap a land. They will be able to have 3. They could plot another Trailblazer. That is a pretty fantastic opening for this opponent. They don't have Nykthos, but it's going to go downhill quick. Very, very quick. Possibly for them, hopefully. Archdruid's Charm definitely to grab a Castle Garenbrig. Unless they do something problematic. Should I unsubstantiate this? I feel like I should. They draw 2 less cards. It just goes back. Less devotion. I'm pretty sure that's what it has to be. Buy myself some time. That's what it's all about. I like it. I like the Sylvan Scrying. That is going to be quite deadly. Definitely grabbing Castle Garenbrig, and we can make 7 next turn. It might be too little too late still, but at least we stopped that Cavalier. It's going to be interesting to see if this works out for me in the end. They will be able to cast it. They're going to be drawing, sadly, 3 cards. 2 from the 2 Trailblazers, 1 from Kiora, and untapping stuff. I bet they're going to find Nykthos. We've gotten fortunate that they haven't got Nykthos quite yet. We're good. We're getting very, very lucky. Okay. We're not dead yet. Mostly dead. Vaultborn Tyrant really could do the trick. It basically has to be Vaultborn Tyrant. Nurturing Bristleback is 2 bodies, but I want to maybe try and draw into the next land. The land that I need to, well, cast Ghalta. Maybe we can survive. I'm going to try and block the Cavalier if they attack with everything 8, 9, 10. Well, you never know. Maybe we could squeak out a win here. It's going to be very close. Storm the Festival, that's got to get a Nykthos at this point. It's been 2... still. No Nick... Well, all that card dropped. Okay. They're going to play the Ulvenwald Oddity. They're going to make enough mana to cast it and transform it, which gives everybody +1/+1 in haste, and then we're definitely dead. We're not winning that one. We're not winning that one. No question about it. However, the test of talents, like I was saying, we're bringing that in. Unsubstantiate, trim it. Yeah. If we had countered the Storm the Festival, I think I need more coffee. They wouldn't have got all that stuff, and I think it would have bought enough time. But also just seeing what they have in hands could be good. There's not a whole lot of instant and sorceries, but getting rid of Storm the Festival, all of the Storm the Festivals, I think is gonna put in the work. They won't be flashbacking it, drawing into more, flashbacking, untapping. You know the drill. I would like to risk it. If I had 2 lands, Sunken plus something else, we got the Sylvan Scrying, it would have been pretty comfortable. Yeah, if one of those was a Castle Garenbrig or a Sunken, I think I would try that, but still no. Okay, well, we got it. That's going to be the one. Sunken Citadel to start. Going to choose blue just to get our source of blue for Test of Talents, and Nurturing Bristleback, well, that's going to be green. Oh, I chose green. Never mind. Okay. Nurturing Bristleback is going to forest cycle itself to search for the breeding pool. I'm just so conditioned to usually choosing green for Sunken that I sometimes forget to choose the different color. The splashing color. Well, I'll take it. Definitely. I guess we'll leave the green up. We'll put a stop at the end of the opponent's turn right now, just so I don't miss cycling the Bristleback. Able to make 7 next turn, and we could make the magic happen. Maybe. Hopefully. That's alright. Play your Storm the Festival next turn. Let's see it. Let's get him. Alright. Go time. Got my source of blue. Might as well not take 2 damage by having Breeding Pool enter untapped. Just grab a good old regular forest. Ooh, well, sometimes you just draw a Breeding Pool. And will they do something painful next turn? It's hard to say. I think it's a very real possibility. They could also just play some creatures and then Test of Talents can't counter a creature. I say we just go Vaultborn. We try to draw into Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant as much as possible. No Storm the Festival. Don't do it. Yes, surprise. I tapped 4 lands and I cast a creature that costs 7. No Nykthos. Oh boy. Good. Just a forest. I'll take it. Fine by me. Oh, they had it. Okay. Well, cast a lot of stuff. Destroy the Vaultborn. Excuse me. Destroying the Vaultborn. That's all right. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Maybe not all right. Watch them get another Nykthos, and it's the Ovenwald Oddity, and that's it. We're not winning. You play a matchup enough, you know when it's over. And that is over. They're going to give everybody haste, recasting Storm the Festival. They were able to make 12, 13. A lot of mana. Enough to get the job done, as they say. Yeah. High Noon could be pretty good. When I do splash for white, I was kind of thinking that making them only cast one thing a turn could really slow down Mono Green Devotion quite a bit, because oftentimes they're barfing. They cast a Mana Dork, a Trailblazer. If they cast Outcaster, Trailblazer, that is the only spell they can go with that turn. It's not like they're going to untap Nykthos to do something they can't. Their spell for the turn is done, so we cripple all that mana that they could have made. Of course, I would imagine that Boseiju Who Endures or Haywire Might is going to take out High Noon, but, well, if it is Boseiju Who Endures, that really could pack a punch with us searching for a land to replace High Noon, and that might get us just fast enough, just that little bit closer to get the opponent. That hand would not get the opponent, though. Or that. It's pretty similar. Sunken Citadel, of course, is nicer than a Breeding Pool, but still both painful. That hand, not painful, an instant keep, no question about it. The only question is what to send to the bottom. Definitely Palani's Regisaur. Make sure we get to everything with the Sunken, the Castle, the Breeding Pool, and Nurturing Bristleback. We will be able to not make 7 or 6. Nurturing Bristleback is gone. 100%. Gotta be. Okay. That's alright. We still have Sylvan Scrying or Archdruid's Charm. Or Double Thoughtseize, it seems. Leyline of Sanctity is coming in hot, but as we saw before, persevering through a mono-black opponent, through them doing painful things, we'll get them. We might. Okay. Archdruid's Charm, let's go. Maybe they were ready to kill something. Who knows? Oh, the Field of Ruin. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's going to be taking out Castle Good. Take out the wrong land. If you're going to be taking out something, you take out Castle first. You just do it. With Castle, I could make extra mana, a little bit above and beyond the total number of lands I have. But with just Sunken, I can't make extra mana for creatures. Oh, this is painful. We got to see the first Sylvan Scrying or Archdruid's Charm at some point. We're getting there. Okay, good. Another Castle. Nice to be resilient in the face of future Field of Ruins or Demolition Fields. So it is actually waste not with that Gyre Reach Sanitarium, 100%. Yeah, we'll get there one day. Oh, nope, another Field of Ruin, painful. Maybe they're going to take out Breeding Pool. They think I desperately need that source of blue. Could see that happening as well. Basically need Sunken Citadel next turn. I think Field of Ruin is going to be popped. Certainly they took out the Sunken, the first one. So I think if I played another one, good. I don't really need that source of blue. I don't have an Unsubstantiate in my hand anyways, so nothing that needs it. Oh, ouch. Darn. Well, basically done for, I would imagine. Being hit with Shieldred for 4+, taking 2. It's about to be all over. I'm just kind of curious what I draw next turn. Watch it be another big thing. Okay. Hey, that's how she goes. And that's how she goes. Sometimes. We'll get him. Another win for Leyline of Sanctity. The big time. Easy peasy. Sideboarding right there. Quite straightforward. When they can't target me, good luck. Get him. Whew. Leyline in the opening hands. Well, that's not Leyline in the opening hand, but it's very tempting. Now. Ooh, still no Leyline. One more time. Eventually. Maybe they think I'm mad because I'm facing mono black waste not, and I wasn't able to do a whole lot, and they think I might just concede, perhaps. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we got Leyline. Okay. I was thinking of keeping the hand with no lands but Leyline, but we're not doing that. No siree. Okay, well, hopefully we get to go with Sylvan Scrying. I thought I would risk it, hopefully getting to grab Castle Garenbrig, but we'll see. That's painful. Good stuff. Hopefully they don't have a Field of Ruin or a Demolition Field. At the very least, I'm able to make 6 on turn 4, so I could start to recover. Perhaps. No Field of Ruin. Don't do it. Good. Oh, it's go blank. Okay. We're not done yet. They make a bunch of mana, but I don't have anything else to discard, so gotta look on the bright side. Hopefully it's not Shieldred. Okay, that's something. Planey's Hatcher. Ooh, that is painful. Painful. Tends to do the trick. See if we draw a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm next turn, and okay, that is actually quite interesting indeed. I'm sure Field of Ruin is going to be used to take out Castle Garenbrig, but if it's not, we could cast Tyrannix Rex, take out Liliana, maybe make something happen. Oh, another one. Well, that's not too bad. It looks like they're going to go with, I was going to say Gyre Reach Sanitarium, but okay, they learned their lesson. They learned what to take out to really cause me pain. Castle Garenbrig, let's go. Or an Archdruid's Charm, or a Sylvan Scrying. Okay, well, we do lose the Vault Porn. They do make 2 zombies. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Nope, we're not coming back from that. It was another win for Sanctity, and now that was another loss for Sanctity. Test of Talents, actually, as I was playing that, it intrigued me. If the opponent tries to cast Go Blank to discard 2 cards and exile my graveyard, I could counter that, stop myself from discarding 2, and they have no more Go Blanks, and I see what's in their hand. Not that I care too much. I don't know. You bring in a sideboard card, and sometimes you don't see it, and you don't see it with a mixture. And it's so incredibly important that you have to see it in your opening hand. I don't know, sometimes that's how she goes. Can't always be nice and perfect. It's going to be painful. Alright, another mono black Waste Not. Let's get Revenge. It is still one of my favorite decks to face. I still feel completely confident. Yeah. Looks good to me. Bunch of lands, Sunken Citadel. Watch this be a game where I completely flood. Okay, mono red aggro, something like that I would imagine. Mono red wizards. Of course, it is going to be quite painful with no early creatures. Wide open. At JDX, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Oh boy, we got that lovely mono red Slickshot. Pretty slick. However, Unsubstantiate, maybe to bounce the Slickshot if and when they pump it up. I imagine that's going to happen this turn. Okay, the good old Monstrous Rage. Oh, ooh. Hopefully it's not a bunch of them. And the Wizard's Lightning. And another Wizard's Lightning for lethal? Oh, okay. And then you die. I played 2 lands, and that's how she goes. Yeah, that's all right. JDX, maybe we balance each other out. I know how sometimes you feel the pain and the suffering. The 6th gym, good stuff. Saffron City, always lovely. Not sure which one is my... Oh, Surf. I love Surf. I like teaching HM TMs. I think it's an HM. Either way, certain Pokemon, multiple useful things. Rock Smash, Surf, and various other stuff. Cut. Zigzagoon and Pokemon Gold and Silver, I think, could learn quite a bit. Yeah. Warren Soul Trader. for your black and blue zombie deck. I do like Warren Soul Trader. I actually played zombies for one of the April Fools 1 year. It was pretty good. Quite nice. I'm still going to keep that Unsubstantiate. Bouncing to Slickshot. That is going to hopefully slow him down. I'm going to be crossing my fingers. We would have taken 8 less damage. They would have lost out on the use of Monstrous Rage. Cast it, gone to waste because the creature they used it on was bounced back to their hands. I like it. Really could have chosen Sunken Citadel again as blue. Seeing the 2 forests in my hand, I do have those 2 sources of green again for Castle Garenbrig. Oh, I think I remembered that dungeon. Yes, the teleporters really mess people up. Kids, especially. I imagine they had a hard time with that. We might have a hard time with the opponent, especially if I draw. Okay, I was thinking it might be that Unsubstantiate. Vaultborn Tyrant might allow us to stabilize a little bit if we can get it down soon enough. Gotta get Liliana Dinos. Okay, maybe sometime this week. JDX, I'll sprinkle it in for one of the streams. Maybe not an entire stream, but we'll see. Gravecrawler. I don't think I'm familiar with that particular combo. I do like zombies. I think they have fantastic potential. Lots of good damage. Menace, Death Touch as well in some cases. Okay, well, sometimes you 9, 11, we're not winning. We're not winning that one. Facing off against a particular style of deck that, well, it's just it's weak. I'm weak against it. It's how she goes. We'll get him. Pretty nice to get some gems in a pack, though, I got to admit. Taking a little bit of the sting away from the pain. That's nothing I can use. I was hoping for another Railway Brawler. I'm pretty sure I have all the copies. Whenever a creature enters, if the Railway Brawler is out, you put a number of 1/1 counters onto that creature based on its power. So Carnage Tyrant would become 14 power. Lovely stuff right there. I still have to do some list with the Railway Brawler. I'll get around to it one of these days. Oh, okay. I think I remember the Gravecrawler now. Yeah, 1 black, 2/1. So much great combo potential with that for a lot of different cards. Melwoods. I have a sneaky suspicion. I feel my senses are tingling. This is another mono black deck. That's not a keeper. I think that's quite reasonable. 3 lands, 3 sources of green. We got the Arc Druids and source of blue for Unsubstantiate. Get that Regis or Alpha to the bottom. Oh boy. Mono white humans. Wow, that's well, it's certainly not mono black. Nah, we'll keep Unsubstantiate there. Hopefully, maybe it is okay. It is Thalia. We could bounce that. We can't go Arc Druid's Charm, sadly. Certainly would have been nice to go with Unsubstantiate if we had 2 mana. Bounce Thalia back to the hand, and we would have been able to cast Arc Druids for 3. I didn't even play my land for the turn. I forgot. I was so just shook.
Dang!
Luris zombies. That is interesting. Huh. Guess it wouldn't really matter at this point. We're dead pretty much next turn to all the aggression, especially if they play another Copper Code Vanguard. Now we could bounce it, reducing the overall power, and I think that's what we're going to do. It's Gonna be too little too late though, sadly. Okay. A lot of aggressive stuff tonight, a decent bit. I do like Blast Zone, I must admit. Unsubstantiate, trim that, most of the copies, but Blast Zone. Taking out a specific mana value based on the number of charge counters that are on it. Blast Zone starts with 1, so if we pop it with the 1, we take out all non-land permanents with a mana value of 1. And a decent amount of humans are 1 or 2. There's not a wide range, that's for sure. I mean, it's something. It's no Sunken or Castle Garenbrig, or a Sylvan Scrying, or an Archdruid's Charm. I think I tried once. Nah, we'll keep that. I like seeing the Blast Zone there. Send Ghalta to the bottom, hopefully drawing into another copy, or a Sylvan, or an Archdruid's Charm, or a Sunken Citadel to help eventually supercharge Blast Zone. It kind of synergizes quite nicely, because both, while it has 2 activated abilities, helps to pay for the cost of that stuff. Helps to pop it easier, get more charge counters on it. I think Blast Zone is, yeah. A lot of pesky 1-cost stuff. And the way I could potentially take out some stuff is not a spell. It isn't a non-creature spell. Gonna put a charge counter on it though, so we can take out Thalia. Maybe they're gonna be a little bit worried. They have some other humans that cost 2, and okay, there's lovely aggression with the Mutavault. Oh, okay, yes. Making the Mutavault into a creature, which is also a human. It's all creature types. And then also using itself to play Thalia's Lieutenant. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I always like that trick. That is not going to do it, sadly. A lot of rough matches tonight. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, that wouldn't be too hard for a zombies deck to meet. I like zombies. I was actually thinking of pirates. Pirates would be nice to do. They don't have, I think, nearly enough support. Maybe a decent amount of support to, put up some pain. But dinosaurs, immediately. It is what brought me back with the original Ixalan many years ago, January 2018 or so, and well, it's been dinosaurs ever since, even during painful moments like this. Keep going. I'm not stopping. I like the looks of that. I feel pretty good. 2 lands, 2 nurturing bristlebacks, 4 lands in total. Source of blue with okay. Another mono black waste not, I guess. Well, it certainly can't go much worse than the previous mono black waste not matchup, but hopefully I didn't speak too soon. I like a Vaultborn Tyrant. That's good. Dimir. Oh. Dimir Mills? Dimir Rogues? Maybe? Possibly. We'll go with the Nurturing Bristleback. Get the breeding pool. More sources of blue, not that we need it. We'll see. But I'm going to be using Nurturing Bristleback anyways. Human. Is it Dimir Waste Not? That could be a very real possibility. Yeah, get another breeding pool. Might as well. Okay. We certainly have the sources of blue. 4 sources at the moment. That is nuts. I've heard people mentioning about Jasper Flint, laughing Jasper Flint. Decent. What I have out at the moment and in my hand, not so decent, but so it is rogues. Humans rogues. Well, maybe I get a Castle Garenbrig next turn, dumping everything. That would be quite nice. I don't know that I'm going to bring in Leyline of Sanctity, though. It's not like they're completely based around discarding stuff. I don't know how much work it would put in. Well, at least I have Carnage Tyrant. Might be sacrificing it. But we're doing something now. I think they're getting scared. Good. They didn't get Sheoldred's Edict, so I like it. Interesting. They must have another copy of Karavek. Huh. I'll take it. That is an interesting take. I never really would have thought that playing EDH would make you better. Huh. One day I might play it a little bit more, but continually. I just love doing this. Dinosaurs, ranked, best of 3, Explorer or Pioneer. Yeah, scratches the itch for me. Okay, I get the hint. We'll see what happens. Huh. Seems like the opponent is stuck, feeling the pain. Oh, what's going on?
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
You won! You did it!
I don't know. Drunk Joe Gaming, maybe this particular opponent is indulging a little bit and not in the right headspace, not completely on their game. We'll trim Unsubstantiate. I'm going to bring in something blue related. I like Repulsive Mutation. I want to start using that a little bit more. I want to at least try it once tonight. Oh, okay.
Ruthless aggression!
Bazinga!
I like that combo, using that new clip. Ooh. Ruthless Bazinga. Maybe that's what I should call it. I mean, that's a pretty much perfect hand. It is nice to see a lovely hand. Containment Priest themselves. That is interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'll choose blue just to get my blue for Repulsive Mutation. So it is Dimir Rogues. That's alright. We have basically all the mana I need. Hopefully they don't have too many counter spells. Soaring Thought Thief. Good. I'm able to go with one of the Sylvan Scryangs, and oh, that is a lot of mill. Painful amount. Definitely grabbing you know what. My only Cavern of Souls. They did mill one of them, so well, fortunately it wasn't both. Yeah, we need counterspell protection 100%. Oh, that's pretty good. That is quite hilarious too. Ah. No, we're not dead yet. We definitely need to go Sylvan Scrying to grab the other Sunken and play it 100%. Hopefully drop Vaultborn next turn, and maybe we'll still be dead. I bet we'll still be dead. 5, not quite. I'm pretty sure it's going to be countered by Drown in the Lock, unfortunately. That's how she goes. Hey, sometimes you don't get them. You don't get them. A rat, 1,000 rats against 3 opponents. I imagine 1,000 rats would definitely get the job done. 1,000 rats is definitely ruthless aggression. But also maybe I could have brought in Test of Talents to exile, counter Drown in the Lock, exile it. They probably have a bunch of counter spells, but if they only have one, that's nice. I don't have to worry about any future Drown unlocks, but that's a hand I'm definitely keeping. Hedge Maze always enters tapped. I like the Castle Garenbrig on top. Don't exactly like the Thieves Guild Enforcer, but okay, they milled it. That's all right. That's all right. We'll still be able to make 6 at the very least on turn 5. It's going to be pretty slow, especially for this particular deck, but they haven't played too many creatures, so that is a very positive thing. Yeah, almost on par with the aggression hams combo. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it is pretty hard to top that one, but it's not hard to do this. They're basically done for. As long as they don't have Field of Ruin. We're able to make 8 next turn. Casting Ghalta and Tyrannosaurus Rex, we have more lands than we need. Oh boy, oh, here goes nothing.
You have no power here.
Hopefully they don't have Extinction.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to work. I don't know. Sometimes there's highs and lows. It's not always a middle ground, but I do like the shuffling. That brings me to a fantastic point. Digital based shuffling is usually the most random. It's not biased. Like physically shuffling your cards is going to be a little bit less random. It's hard to explain, but you can imagine complete randomness. Digital with shuffling in paper, you know potentially what was on the bottom, and whether you fudge things a little bit, you roughly know what could be where, and you shuffle it quite a bit extra just to maybe get that particular card a little closer. But this, all random, all pain, all dead, and all scoops tonight. The aggression hams combo. Okay.
Ruthless aggression.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Now right there's an ultimate combo to finish off the night. I could press them all. Lovely to combine a bunch. Leave it there for now. Almost an hour and a half. That's pretty good. We'll get back to 2 hours, hopefully 3 hours one day. Mega streams as I've done before. Maybe not 11 hours. That is the record for me, but 5, something like that. All right. Have a good one. New people watching, other people watch me. Have a good rest of your night, morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. I don't know what my favorite clip is. It might be the Ruthless Aggression. I don't know. It's so hard to choose at this point. Scoopo, yeah, I think so. Collector invest. Absolutely. Yeah, that would be good. Scooping. I don't know. There's so much potential. Using different ones at different times. Surprising moments. I certainly have a bunch for that. And it's nice to switch it up every now and then. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Time for me to get some sleep, and I'm sure a bunch more of you, or many of you, are probably already sleeping as well by the time you watch this tomorrow or the weeks, years to come. Okay, I like the thought of that. Okay. Maybe there's some slogan that is scooped. Some brand name, some ice cream name. It's pretty sweet when the opponent scoops. Going off of the ice cream being sugary. I might be onto something there. But I do love coffee. drink it every day, so something coffee themed as well would also be quite nice. I guess that is true, JDX. That is a good point to make. I still think it's probably more random than human shuffling. That's getting off on a tangent, though. We could probably go back and forth for quite some time, and it certainly gets people heated up big time. Either way, I'm having a good time, even if it is painful. More painful than it is positive, but it was nice to definitely end on a positive note. Okay. See you later. Peace. I'm going to end on 3. It's going to end on 3.